Absolutely. Paris has a profound and fascinating history, inextricably linked to its unique geography along the Seine River. Here is a detailed breakdown of the history and ecology of the city. Detailed history of Paris. The history of Paris spans over 2 millennia, evolving from a small Celtic settlement to a global cultural and political capital. 1. Origins, c. 3rd century BC, 5th century AD, Celtic settlement, c. 250 BC. The city's foundation is attributed to the Parisii, a Celtic tribe, who settled on the Île de la Cité, the island in the Seine River, which provided a natural defensive and strategic trading location. Roman conquest, 52 BC. A Roman army, led by Titus Labienus, defeated the Parisii. The Romans established a Gallo-Roman garrison town named Lutetia, or Lutetia Parisiorum, primarily on the left bank, south of the Seine. It grew into a prosperous city with a forum, baths, and an amphitheater, the Arénes de Lutèce. Christianization and name change. Christianity was introduced in the 3rd century AD. By the 4th century, the town's name changed from Lutetia to Parisius, which later evolved into Paris. 2. The Middle Ages, 6th, 15th centuries. Frankish capital, 508 AD. Clovis I, king of the Franks, made Paris his capital. Viking sieges. The city endured repeated Viking sieges in the 9th century, reinforcing the strategic importance of the Île de la Cité. Capetian dynasty, 987 AD. Hugh Capet, the Count of Paris, became King of France, solidifying Paris's position as the nation's capital. Intellectual center. The University of Paris, including the Sorbonne, was organized in the 13th century on the left bank, making the city a premier intellectual hub in Europe. Challenges. Development was severely hampered by the Black Death in the 14th century and the Hundred Years' War in the 15th century, during which the city was occupied by Burgundians and the English. 3. Renaissance, revolutions, and modernization, 16th, 19th centuries. French Wars of Religion. The city was shaken by religious conflict between Catholics and Protestants, notably the St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre in 1572. The Enlightenment. In the 18th century, Paris was the heart of the intellectual movement known as the Enlightenment. French Revolution, 1789. The storming of the Bastille on July 14, 1789, in Paris marked the beginning of the French Revolution, ushering in the end of absolute monarchy. Key revolutionary events, including the execution of Louis XVI, took place here. Haussmann's renovation, 1852-1870. Under Napoleon III, Georges-Eugène Haussmann completely rebuilt the center of Paris, demolishing old medieval streets and creating the wide avenues, grand squares, and parks that define the city's modern appearance. The Belle Époque, the late 19th and early 20th centuries, were an era of prosperity and cultural flourishing, marked by international expositions and the construction of landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, 1889. 4. 20th and 21st centuries World Wars. Paris was spared major destruction during World War I, but was occupied by German forces during World War II from 1940 to 1944. Post-war and contemporary, post-Recul, Paris continued as a global hub for art, fashion, and intellectual thought. Key projects like the Centre Pompidou, the Louvre Pyramid, and the Bibliothèque de France have shaped its contemporary face. Biology and ecology of Paris. As a dense, historic megacity, Paris's biology and ecology are dominated by the urban environment and the Seine River ecosystem. The Seine River ecosystem. The Seine is the lifeblood of Paris, but its ecosystem has been severely impacted by centuries of urban, industrial, and agricultural runoff. Biodiversity. The river today hosts around 32 fish species, which is a significant increase from its most polluted period. Hardy species like roach, carp, chub, and bream are prevalent. Efforts to clean the river have even seen the reintroduction of some migratory fish, such as salmon, though they remain endangered. pollution, and restoration. Historically, the Seine suffered from severe hypoxia, low oxygen, and high concentrations of pollutants. Major wastewater treatment projects like the Seine Aval plant have improved conditions. The recent spotlight on water quality, especially due to events like the 2024 Olympic Triathlon, has spurred renewed, concerted efforts to clean the water. Riparian zone. The banks are highly modified, with stone quays built largely in the 19th century to stabilize the banks and control the river's depth for navigation. This has reduced the natural riverine habitat. Urban flora and fauna. Despite its concrete landscape, Paris supports a surprising amount of wildlife. Flora, plants, street trees. The city is famous for its hundreds of thousands of street trees, primarily horse chestnuts and planes, sycamores, which are vital for filtering air, reducing the urban heat island effect, and supporting insect life. Parks and gardens. Large parks, like the Jardin du Luxembourg, Tuileries Garden, and Bois de Boulogne, provide critical green spaces and diverse habitats. The city promotes initiatives like urban beekeeping and community gardens. Fauna, animals, birds. Common species include pigeons, sparrows, blackbirds, and various gulls near the river. Birds of prey, like kestrels, can also be spotted nesting in high buildings. Mammals. Rats are an inescapable part of the urban environment. Other small mammals, such as bats and some species of mice, occupy niches. Larger, wilder mammals like foxes are sometimes sighted in the outer wooded areas, like the Bois de Boulogne. Invertebrates. Bees, urban beekeeping is popular. Butterflies and various insects thrive in the city's green spaces and floral displays. Urban ecology initiatives. Paris has committed to becoming a greener city, incorporating ecological principles into its urban planning. Green corridors. Efforts are underway to link green spaces and create green corridors, like the Coulée Verte René Dumont on the route of an old railway, to allow wildlife to move through the city. Green walls and rooftops. New building regulations often encourage the installation of green walls and planted rooftops to increase biodiversity and improve insulation. Thanks for watching the video. Do like, subscribe, and comment on this video.